Today we're looking at a Whirlpool washing machine, and this is a top load, older style top load. The Ropers and a couple other machines all have this same problem. So what's happening is when this goes into a spin cycle, we're picking up a slamming sound. As you can see, there's a lot of movement in the basin. Now I can push down on it, and the pushing down is nice and firm, so our suspension rods are okay. But what is missing here is a stabilization spring that's supposed to be on 4 points, and they're all missing. So we're going to show you how to tackle this issue. First thing you want to do is you want to shut the water off and disconnect the power to the machine. And we'll be back in a minute. Okay, so as you can see, I've removed my cold and hot water hoses, unplugged the machine, and we're going to be removing a screw there, and that screw, and this screw, and that'll allow us to slide the top off, and that'll give us access to the wash basin. Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and it's actually just 2 screws, that one and that one, and then we will push the lid forward, and that'll allow us to remove it. I'm going to have to put the phone down here for a second so that I can see your hands on it. So we'll be right back. Okay, so we're back again. We got our lid off, and now we need to remove this surround ring. This is kind of a splash guard, and this is where you spot where you pour your liquid detergent in. We need to remove this. You can see right here there's a little tab, so you just reach up behind that tab. And there's a few tabs all the way around it. If you can't get them out, then sometimes you can get a screwdriver behind them. You want to be careful when you do it with a screwdriver. Stand a chance of cracking the outside plastic ring. So I like to just get up underneath there and just give it a good firm pull with the fingers. And look carefully, because there's a few of them all the way around the circumference. Inside circumference. One right here, and one more right there behind the soap basin. We'll be right back. I'm going to have to get a screwdriver. This one's in a little tight, so we shall return. Okay, I'm back, and got all 4 pieces out. Remember where your soap dispenser goes. This one goes to the left side, and we're going to set this ring out of the way. And you can see there's a post there, a post there, and there's a post there, and there's a post there. And we're going to be putting these springs in. These are just basin spin stabilizing springs, not to be confused with the suspension spring. And these are in good shape. You can test your suspension spring by pushing down. If it's hard to push down, they are okay. Now what I found that a lot of manufacturers didn't even put these springs in, and we could confirm that theory because the spring, if it broke, would be in the bottom of the machine or hooked onto this rod. Okay, so I'm going to put the phone down a minute so I can open my package, and we'll show you how this part goes in. Okay, so here we go. So here's our spring, and we're going to need to put the spring down over the piece right here, and then we need to reach back and lift up our rod, and this is going to remove the rod, taking the little ball socket off the end of the hook. We have to slide our spring over the rod. Kind of difficult to hold these rods up. You want to be very careful. And you got to get the ball back on the rod. They tend to want to keep slipping out of your hand, so bear with me a moment here. Kind of got to be fast with this. Okay, and we've got the spring over the rod, and we're going to put it back over the post. Okay, get down here where you can see it. Spring over the rod and back onto the post. And our first one is done. And we're going to repeat that for all 4 rods. So you're going to grab the rod, you have a pair of gloves or a pair of vice grips, and you're going to lift up. It's going to allow you to release the cup, and we'll repeat the procedure for all 4 points. So be right back. Okay, so we're back. We now have our springs hooked to the rod over the post. There's the rear one, there's our other rear one, and there's our other front one. And that stabilizes the basket from slamming against the walls during a spin cycle. Now what we're going to do is we're going to replace the slab ring, making sure that it's in the same position. This one kind of makes it easy because that should locate directly over the spring post. Make sure our lock clips are in the same position. And there we have it. So now we're just going to bring our lid back down over top. Make sure you line it up on the on that piece right there, and it needs to lock over that first. So it's going to go down. And we're going to have to put the camera down for a minute while we put the lid back on correctly. So I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back now. We've got our 3 screws put back in. We got our cold hot water put back on. When you put these on, you want to finger tight them and then just snug them. Don't twist too hard because this is a plastic piece behind here. You don't want to snap it, and you don't want to get them on too tight that down the road you have to get them off, you end up breaking something. So we're all back together again, and we're going to test this machine out with we should be good. It doesn't have that excessive wiggle like it had before. It's going to rock around a little bit because it is spring mounted. Thanks for watching. This job, if you're mechanically inclined, should only take you about 15 minutes to do the job. Thanks for watching. I put it completely off balance. There's like 5 towels on one side of the machine, and it is not bang slamming around anymore. Okay, so we got it fixed.